Hi, my name is Kate, and you're very welcome here on my channel where we talk about fragrances. This is the second part of Francesca Bianchi brand review. In the first part of this review, I introduced the brand, shared my thoughts about it, maybe main trends within the brand. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, please come back to the first part, watch it, and then come and join me here. Let's continue. And I'll start with the Lover's Tale. As you can understand from the name, this is another sensual fragrance. I would even say sexual. This is highly animalic. This is leather. I think it was described by Francesca or maybe on the website. I don't remember. It's like a leather diary on the back of your lover. This is Iris Root. This is leather and castoreum. I think this is castoreum and patchouli. And there's like a mix of everything. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm completely in love with this fragrance. I think not everybody would understand it, but I understand it with my skin somehow. It's kind of like my skin is absorbing it and you become one with this fragrance. I also smell a lot of honey here, and sometimes honey has this animalic side too. Yeah, everything about this is skin, leather, skin, maybe skin on skin together. Maybe even a little bit sweaty. I don't smell sweat, but it's not a dry fragrance. It has more balsamic texture too, so more than liquid side. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to describe how I see and smell this fragrance. Very interesting work. Next fragrance is Lost in Heaven. In this video, I will smell fragrances because if I smell a lot, I'll just stop smelling at all because they're pretty intense. But now I'm worried about it less because it's a second video, so I'm not losing my nose. Oh yeah, this is ylang ylang with cumin and also castoreum. Uh, yeah, maybe patchouli too. There's some sweetness about it. It's not vanilla sweetness though. I don't smell anything like vanilla. And there is a citrus too. I think they mentioned tangerine and nose. Yeah, because there is a tartness. It's also skin on skin, passionate. It's called Lost in Heaven, but it could be called Lost in Heaven or something like this. Also very interesting fragrance. Very in sync with other fragrances. What I like about fragrances with clear DNA is that they're recognizable, and if you like the DNA, you can confidently try out all fragrances within the line. With Francesca, it's yes and no because some of them I could not really distinguish between each other. When I smell them on purpose, knowing the name of the fragrance, having my notes, it's one thing, but sometimes I get lost within the line. So I have that problem. But it's also very nice. Maybe I like it even more than Love is Stale. I don't know which one I like more. Mm, great. Next fragrance is inspired by William Blake's poem that is called Tyger. And as you see, this is Tyger Tyger. And it represents a very fancy, luxurious looking man walking in the street in the post-apocalyptic world, when everything was destroyed, and he's like this burst of luxury and glamour. I find this idea very interesting. I think it's fun to play with it, even though the picture is not very fun, but the idea is interesting to play with. Of course, there is a million of notes, but what I smell, it's peach. There's a very, very clear note of peach and honey and leather. It's leathery. This one is animalic too. Some people compare this fragrance to the play of muscles under tiger's fur, under his skin, like this orange and black. And I think orange and black goes with it. It matches. Yeah, it's maybe heliotrope and honey, I think I already mentioned. I think there's oak moss and patchouli in the base, of course. There are a lot of notes in each fragrance, and they're a little bit repetitive sometimes. But I love this fragrance. It's so interesting to wear. It's playing in the air. It smells very luxurious. It's very sweet. It's sweet to the point when you like, maybe it's too much, but it never crosses that line of too much. Great job, Francesca. There's actually a little tiger eye here. I think I'm going to spray this just all over myself after I finish filming. I like this fragrance a lot. Next fragrance is inspired by Rolling Stones album, Sticky Fingers. I think the picture on the album, the design was created by Andy Warhol. I think so. Hope I'm correct. And oh no, this is Under My Skin. This is Sticky Fingers. This is Hippie Love and Patchouli, of course. When we talk hippie, we talk patchouli. And this represents the 70s free love, leather jackets, rock and roll, love everybody you want, tingly hair. Mostly what I smell is chocolatey patchouli. I cannot say that I smell more, maybe a little bit of leather, yes, something like that, but it's patchouli. It's a nice fragrance. I don't find it very interesting. It doesn't open any world to me, as some of them did actually, but this one, no. But I know that there are a lot of fans of this fragrance, and I understand why. It's sweet, it's chocolate, it has a provocative name, a provocative picture with his lips and a finger. So why not? But maybe not my stop. Next fragrance is the one I'm actually thinking to have in a bottle at some point. This is called Under My Skin. I read that Francesca's friend helped her to find a name for this fragrance. He said something like, "Oh, it feels like it's from under my skin, like my skin smells like this." And I guess she decided just to keep the name and call it Under My Skin, which is pretty interesting. At first, it's medicinal. I can smell this honey wax again, like medicinal kind of propolis. And then it's becoming more powdery and animalic as it warms up on your skin and opens up. Honey, balsams, gray amber, maybe castoreum too. There's an animalic part, absolutely. It's like a skin of a perfect person. I think they also mention lavender and tonka beans and something else. Maybe yes, it has this sharpness that I could connect to tonka. Maybe leather too. Old school, vintage smelling, but I cannot stop smelling it. It's just addictive. And now I start smelling something like a rose too, like rose petals. Just not a flower, just like a petal like falling into the darkness somewhere. And the last fragrance in our whole review is Black Knight. I think it's one of the most interesting fragrances made by Francesca. Also bottle worthy for sure, at least for me. It's inspired by one of the generals from Medici family, I think. I might be wrong. I don't remember exactly. Also starts medicinal, but it's different. It's oh, nice patchouli here too. It's mostly a smoky leather. Yeah, smoky leather. Very nice one actually. I I see this fragrance mostly on men. I would wear it too, but I feel like I'm not just strong enough. Like I don't have enough weight, literally and metaphorically, to wear this fragrance. But I really like this one on men. It's smoky. There's honey again. It's inspired by a view at a military camp, and the night is coming. There's fire burning. There are leather boots of this army guys. And by the night, all smells they start blending with each other. It becomes one big mess. Yeah, very nice patchouli. I didn't notice patchouli here as much before. So yeah, it's very masculine in its nature. Very strong, very potent. Yeah, very nice one. I don't know if I need a bottle because I don't think I'm gonna wear it a lot. I'm just gonna spray it at other men, I guess. And I really like the way she created the smoke in this fragrance. It's the kind of smoke that I really, really enjoy. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please let me know if you have questions, thoughts. Have you tried Francesca's works? Tell me. I'm really curious. I'm excited about this brand, and I think I'm gonna get more bottles. You have a good day, and bye bye.